New this hour, an American aircraft carrier-led strike group is moving toward the Western Pacific to provide a physical presence near the Korean Peninsula. According to the Pentagon, the move is in response to recent provocations by North Korea. They cite the threat of ballistic missiles and the North's continued pursuit of a nuclear program. This, of course, comes just a couple of days after Donald Trump and the Chinese President Xi Jinping met in Florida, where the two leaders discussed North Korea. China, of course, is an historical ally of Pyongyang. It's seeing pressure from Washington to help reduce tension on the peninsula. Beijing, though, has been somewhat reluctant to isolate its neighbour, fearing its collapse could lead to a refugee crisis and bring the US military to its doorstep. We're going to discuss this now with Andrew KP Leung, who's a specialist on China. He's in Hong Kong. Welcome back to RT International. How do you think this move by America to move its ships to the Korean doorstep, how do you think that's going to be seen in Beijing?
Well, President Trump is one who is prone to use rather extreme measures to make a point. But bringing this aircraft carrier groups so near to North Korea would expose these very expensive military assets to collateral damage. And indeed, if this is not going to solve the nuclear problem, unless the United States wants to start an all-out war on North Korea at the risk of a regional if not a global war. And of course that scenario is not supported by the American electorate. I mean, the American electorate are sort of a little bit tired of wars in distant shores. But I think that Trump is likely to enforce his kind of strongman kind of image in order to also make a point, but also put pressure on North Korea. But as far as China is concerned, China doesn't agree solving problems using military means, and indeed trying to lure the North Korean regime towards a kind of more peaceful solution. Using the military is not the best lever. If you look at what happened to Vietnam, for example, during the Vietnam War, Vietnam changed not because it was succumbed to military coercion. It was because of economics. So I think that China is likely to not to agree with the United States using military means to solve the issue. But I think that this is a dangerous move by the United States. Suggests that it's high time for all sides to diffuse the tension and to work out a longer-term solution.
It's of course rare that moving a military warship can ease tensions, of course. The Chinese president was meeting Donald Trump when the US launched its airstrike on the Syrian base. Many see that as an attempt to pressure China. Do you see it that way?
Yes, definitely. I mean, don't forget that the message that America's missiles strike against Syria was broken over to the Chinese president over the dinner table. Obviously, there was intended kind of message to China that America wants to put a lot of pressure on North Korea. But as I said, China is not likely to agree that military coercion is the best means, and that's why there was no agreement on that. But then this recent move to move the aircraft carrier so close to North Korea exposes to lots of repercussions, and I think that this only heightens the urgency for all parties to come to the table to address the issue.
Okay, for now, China specialist Andrew KP Leung in Hong Kong. Thanks very much for joining us on RT.